Hey, America's Proud here. Let's talk about gas prices, windmills, electric vehicles, solar power, and climate change. The hidden, untold truth. Everyone knows heating, cooling, and the cost of living. Well, they all have increased tremendously in the past 2.5 years. Inflation is out of control, and our economy is totally collapsing. I hear the U.S. has the most oil reserves in the world, and we have an abundant amount of energy in the U.S. When I heard about the closing of the Keystone Pipeline, that it was canceled completely, and all those people lost their jobs, I realized something very strange is going on. Our energy independence has been destroyed because there are so many drilling restrictions. Why is the petroleum oil reserve dangerously low? Our leaders are trying to end oil, natural gas, coal power, and fracking. In the U.S., we rely on computer chips and battery components for solar panels and windmills. Electric vehicles, batteries, solar panels, wind turbines are made in and exported from China. The U.S. needs cheap, stable energy. Our nation has to make a transition to not be dependent on China. We can and we must restore our energy independence and gain energy dominance. More electric puts more strain on the grid, and an overcapacity means more blackouts. Electric vehicles are more expensive to buy than gas vehicles. Now, we are finding out electric vehicles are a fire risk due to lithium-ion batteries. Salt water corrodes the battery or electric wiring, and the flooded electric vehicles can cause ion batteries to spontaneously combust. They are very difficult to extinguish, too, due to the large amounts of water that is needed. It's a good thing they are now improving the fire hazard. Still, electric cars don't go very far at all, and there aren't enough charging stations either. Those crazy people talking about electric cars and climate change being the #1 problem, they're the same hypocrites that are flying private jets all over the world for meetings, and they all know how to use Zoom. These are incompetent sociopathic people. They're destroying our world. Windmills and solar are an expensive form of energy, and windmills get rusted and break after a while, about 10 years. Then they are abandoned because they are too expensive to take down. Doesn't anyone care about the windmills killing all these birds? This brings us to climate change. The climate is always changing. There's always been hurricanes, hot summers, and cold winters. A group of climate activists called Just Stop Oil, well, they protest causing disruption and inconvenience to many others. They have been known to stop traffic, ruin priceless artwork, and throw in orange powder all over at sporting events to try to stop use of fossil fuel. Climate cultists dressed in red outfits with painted faces, well, they chant about global warming. I guess those climate cultists didn't do their homework. A couple of years ago, Florida was supposed to be covered with water due to global warming. I was ready to sell my house in Florida and move to the mountains. I'm glad all those nonsense theories, climate predictions with overblown statistics were entirely debunked, proven false. If big changes aren't made soon, our country is going to hell in a handbasket. Thanks for listening. Send your feedback and news tips to our email, americasproud@somebodyhastosayitagain.com.